There may be more than one bag.
Oh, okay.
Sustained.
As Elisa Fleek was removing these items, did you take note of the items that were coming from either of these bags?
No, I did not.
You never made a note that as Elisa Fleek removed these items, you never made any notes about what items, those items that she found in the bag?
As she was removing them from the bags, I did not.
Well, when did you make those notes? Those notes that you were of the items that were removed from the bag?
After the items had been removed from the bags and laid out for display for photograph purposes.
And you were with a photographer when this was happening?
Then and there, or prior to?
Then and there?
The photographer and I may have walked in the room at that time to take the photographs.
I see. Well, let me show you. Detective Smith, you have your notes with you that you made of your search on June 29th. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Let me show you. The notes of that search consisted of 10 pages. Is that correct?
Of responding to the location and then the actual search, yes.
And let me show you the first page of 10.
Objections improper. You can show them to view to himself, and then he has to follow up.
The objection sustained. At this point on hearsay grounds.
Do you have the ability to review those records currently, Detective Smith?
I have 3 through 10.
It's true that in your records of your notes that you took of the search there of the closet and the bags on June 29th, you never do mention in your notes that a propofol bottle was found in an IV bag. Is that fair?
That would be fair.
And in fact, you list very specifically the vials and the items that were taken from those bags in your notes. Isn't that right?
As I was told they were, yes.
And you actually, not only were you specific in the items, you were specific with regard to the medicine, you were specific as to milligrams, lot numbers, everything of that nature that was that was listed on the file. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you mention that found located in an empty IV bag was a vial of lorazepam.
I'd have to look at my notes.
And the detective is doing so.
That's correct.
And then later in the same notes, then you mention still in the dark blue bag, one empty IV bag, one empty vial of 100 milliliter propofol with resin. The second page 5 of 10. Is that right?
That's correct.
At the scene on the 29th during this search, you said that you were directing the photographs. Was there? You testified to that. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Was anybody else taking photographs besides the person you were directing?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And that was an LAPD photographer?
Yes, sir.
When you went to the house on June 29th, you located the 3 bags that Dr. Murray told you about exactly where he told you they'd be. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
He explained that there were 3 bags, and you found 3 bags. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to June 26th. That was, I believe your testimony, your search on June 26th was a result of a phone call from a family member. Is that right?
I was notified by the coroner's office, yes.
You have testified that you found lorazepam bottles somewhere in the master bathroom. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Could you tell us where in the master bathroom?
I don't know exactly where.
Well, who found the lorazepam and diazepam bottles that you took a photograph of?
I'm not sure, but I believe it was Detective Sanchez.
If Detective Sanchez had found those, that would be reflected in her notes. Is that right?
That's correct. Typically.
And you haven't seen any notes that clued you in as to whether she actually found those bottles or not?
That's correct.
All right. You also said that business cards were recovered, and we saw their People's 199 and People's 200. You remember that testimony?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where were those cards found?
Those are recovered from vanity in the master bath by Detective Sanchez.
All right. And that is reflected in Detective Sanchez's notes? Is that how you know?
She told me.
All right. Have she never told you where these bottles were?
Again, I'm not certain whether Detective Sanchez is the one that recovered the 2 empty bottles.
Well, you testified last week that you actually set those bottles up for photography purposes, right?
Yes.
Who did you take the bottles from to do that?
2.5 years ago. I have no idea.
All right. Putting People's 200 up, Judge. Did you ever go to talk to this guy, David Adams?
Yes, I did.
And where was that?
In Las Vegas.
And you heard in the conversation that Dr. Murray was, when he was doing his interview with you, he mentioned Dr. Adams. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
On the back, this is business card, Conrad Murray's business card, 199. This was also found in that master bath. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And on the back of that card is David Adams, right?
Yes.
These cards, were they found together?
I believe they were.
With Angie's List, I save time,